Good morning. So, uh, starting my walk again, 50 minutes. Um, doing this. Oh, hey, like my t-shirt. I get a kick out of these funny saying t-shirts. And I've been thinking about as one of my extra um, income streams, I'm going to start doing t-shirts. This is not to sell it here, and this is not a plug or anything. Because I got to figure out how to load up the images, do the images like in Canva or something, and then load them up in the different print on demand things. So I've been researching it, so I know what I got to do. It's just a matter of doing it. So that's kind of the topic, I guess. That's going to be of today's walk. Um, building, maybe let's say, building your skill sets. Um, and learning new skill sets. So, one of the things, since I had mentioned before, and oh, by the way, hi, if you haven't noticed by my t shirt, my name is David. Um, uh, and one of the things that I've talked about before is we plan on, sorry about the sun there. Oh, this, can we go this way? Can I walk like this? Um, is that we're, sorry, it's always a little rough starting out here. Um, so we plan on slow traveling the world when our daughter goes off to college. We want to stay in everything. She's going to Germany to study. Um, they have some really good schools on what she wants to study, and some of the programs, chances for scholarships and things like that, even though the cost is so much less, which will be her responsibility. But anyway, uh, there we go. So we plan on slow traveling in Europe, but I have a little bit of my VA pension um, that we can live off of, and it'll it'll help if we're slow traveling because we can spend uh, less than half of what it costs us to live here in the States, unfortunately, where we're living anyway. I know there's cheaper places in the States. We're in Central Florida, and the prices have been jumping up. That's everywhere. But anyway, what we want to do is so that we have um, the funds capable of not just existing, but enjoying the travels a little bit. So we want to be able to go to museums. Besides the free ones, we want to go to maybe galleries and go to theaters and see shows and things like that. Um, so we have to build up other income streams and build up assets that'll add to the money that we have coming in. Love the sound of the water there, both the pool water or the lake. Anyway, so print on demand has been one of those things that I've been researching and learning about. So I've been working in Canva. I've been doing those bumper stickers too, with acronyms and things like that. And so doing this print on demand and coming up with these funny phrases, um, and doing my own twist on different phrases that you already have. Like, I'll give away one of mine here, which, you can't, I don't worry about other people taking my stuff or taking the stuff of somebody else, because most people might think about it or they do it, but it's okay. It's free out there. If you can make money from it and it doesn't cause harm, that's fine. Is the way I look at it. So, one of the phrases is, I love feeling the wind between my ears. I know. My daughter calls them cringy dad jokes. Sorry. That was loop 1 coming up here, so going on lap 2. Anyway, so things like that. I have to, anytime I think about something like a good phrase or a funny phrase or a funny like dad joke, if I hear one that's short enough to put on a t-shirt or even a bumper sticker, then I'll write it down. I've got a little Google Notes thing and I'll put it on there. Some of them are not maybe the most PC or appropriate ones, but hey, that's just me. Anyway, so that's one of the things that, it's not gonna, I don't expect it to make a lot of money, but it's something that can grow, and if it provides a few $100s each month, or if I really work on it, it can provide more for us. So, which I think I mentioned in yesterday's. I don't know if I'm going to upload these in order, but I talked about how the things are not really passive income. You have to work on them, but then if you set them up right, they can provide, I think maybe a more accurate name would be is royalties, where you keep getting paid on work that you've done in the past, like when authors or artists would get paid on their book royalties or their song or music royalties from movies and things like that, actors get. So things like that, where you put in the work and then you get the there we go, and you get the rewards and the royalties from it down the road, and it can either grow or shrink over time. Sorry, I'm a little sore on my shoulder today, so my foot. So that's one of them, and I think I had mentioned that we have a couple of income streams now, but we're not using them, like with our dividends, but index funds. And this will get me on another tangent. Don't stress too much. Everybody should be investing. Some people are like, investing the market is too much like gambling and things like that, but just use index funds, keep it simple, and let it compound. People always misquote Einstein, saying that compounding interest is the seventh or eighth wonder of the world. He said that, but in a little bit different way. But you do need to pay your future self, and we try to teach our daughter to start thinking like that as well. But so we're doing the print on demand. Let me get back on track here. Doing the print on demand, and as one of the things. Now, I used to be a trainer for Toyota, and I've done car sales. Never liked that pushy sales type tactic, like in car salesmen, or what they call used car salesmen. I think that was just horrible, and you don't need that today. People are educated; they want to get a good deal, so you just work with them. And I always did more of a consulting type sale, and when I was a trainer for Toyota, that's how I taught. I taught them listen to the customers and then find out what their needs and wants are and help them get that at a reasonable price that's fair for both parties. So taking that knowledge that I had over 20 years on and off, I'm able to find and put together different courses and things. And this is not another plug. So what I'm also going to be doing down the road is making simple courses, because I see this a lot, and I see this with my nieces and my nephews, how they're struggling, and we've struggled. Um, we struggled a lot, so I understand it. And sometimes you just need, for lack of a better word, a side hustle or something to do to earn some money. And there's so many things to do. It's when I finally caught on to the concept that money is not a scarcity item and we should not live in scarcity. Uh, that's when, even with my accidents and stuff, and me having to use this cane here, having my ankle fused and my back is all messed up, they were talking about me fusing my vertebrae in my upper neck, but we'll see how that goes. I don't really want to do that. But anyway, when you look at how living in a state of abundance, which I'm still working on, it's not hard to earn more money. It is a little difficult to know what to do with it and how to keep it and how to multiply it. That's working on that and learning. So, I like the lighting here. That looks cool. So, sorry, I'm down that rabbit hole. I'm losing my train of thought. So, what I want to do is figure out how, or not how, I know how to do that. I can build these courses or little mini things that can show somebody if they need to come up with a quick extra $200, $500, a quick extra couple grand. They can take these mini courses and then learn how to do it and get that extra money to pay the bills for an emergency, a car repair, or whatever. And they can do that either starting off with having no money by just putting in their time instead of money, and then working off of that and starting to snowball it to where they do that. Like, one thing is, like, if you ever need to get like money really quickly, and one thing to do is look on, and I know most people don't use Craigslist anymore, but that's where it like started. But you can do it on Facebook Marketplace, and that's look for free stuff in your area. People are throwing away and giving away really good stuff, no matter where you live. You can always find somebody that just wants to get rid of it. They don't want to put in the time to sell it, and they just want to. They bought something new, or they're just tired of it. So look for it. Find the free stuff. Some simple things. Furniture is real good that you can maybe fit in whatever vehicle you might have, and then start off. If you have a smaller vehicle, look for the smaller stuff. Go to Goodwill. A lot of people, you can see this on YouTube all the times. Go to Goodwill, buy the knickknacks for a couple bucks, and you can put them on eBay and sell them for $20. And if eBay, I think, still has a promo when you first start becoming a seller. You get the first 50 listings for free. So it doesn't cost you anything to list it. You charge for shipping, and they'll give you a program. It's built in that'll tell you roughly how much you put in, how much the size of it, and how much it weighs, and it'll tell you how much to charge for shipping to cover your costs. And then you can sell it on eBay. That you need a little bit more money, because a couple of bucks here and there, because you have to go to Goodwill and stuff. But back to the Facebook free stuff marketplace, you can get those free stuff. You fix it up, you clean it up, And then all you have to really do is write a better description, a nicer description that pulls in a little bit of emotion, talk a little story behind the item that you're selling, and then take multiple good pictures from all the angles, measure it and everything, and put the measurements in there, and just put that up. Because if you look on Marketplace, people will put one picture, two pictures, or they pull a picture off of the internet for something, and they'll just say, this is an item for sale, how much, and stuff. It's horrible. And then they wonder why they can't sell it. Or when they do sell it, somebody offers them, instead of $100, somebody will offer them $5. Right? Well, you reap what you sow. If you put in garbage, like a garbage description and a garbage photos, you're going to get garbage offers. So, and it's not hard to you say, I'm not creative. I can't write a nice story behind a chair, or a table, a coffee table. How can I put a story on a coffee table? Well, here's a little cheat. You can go online, open up ChatGPT or any of the other AI programs. You tell it, you're a great copywriter. I need you to write a copy on how to sell in a marketplace ad, how to sell this or describe this coffee table. It's wood. It has a modern style, it's a contemporary style, it's an antique style, whatever. It has some carvings in it, and you ask it to write the description. There we go. And then it'll do it for you, and it'll be pretty good. You change it up a little bit to make sure it matches the item that you're selling. And then you take well-lit photos with your phone of the item from different angles. You measure it, like if it's a coffee table, how high is it, how wide is it, how long is it, basic stuff. And you put it up there, and you put up there, you look at the market. If a brand new one, the other thing is, in one of the pictures you take of it, do a Google search so you can find out what it was selling for when it was selling for brand new. Because in Google it gives that little camera option. So you do that and you can see what it would cost brand new. You put it in there, take a picture, a screenshot of that item brand new with the price on it, and you can, you cut it in half. Or if it's in really good shape, you've cleaned it up and it looks good, put it on 75% of what it costs brand new, and then you can say, hey, I was selling it for this, and now I'm going to reduce it. So you list it at 75% of what it was new, and then a couple of days later, you just mark it down to 50%, so that people, they're getting a deal, and you're still making money. All right, and there's nothing wrong with making money. So I hope that makes sense, and you can see that you can make a quick couple $100 doing this. It'll take a few days. If you have some extra money, like $5 or $10, you can always boost the ad, but you really don't need that. If you're getting free furniture and stuff on Marketplace, and then you're selling it, you're cleaning it up and fixing it up a little bit, maybe painting it if you have some paint laying around, or if you can afford to get some paint. And then you put in the demographics or some of the hashtags about, recent moves, moving in, new owners of houses and things like that. The keywords, they're called keywords, and hashtags, so the algorithm knows who to show it to. They're pretty good at knowing who to show it to, but this way you can give it a little extra bonus kick to get it promoted. and more people can see it. The more people that can see your ad, and the better. But remember, you have to do the good story, you have to do the good writing. Now, you may also, now that I talked about this, we've been walking for a little bit, about 20 minutes now, and I forgot. I think I'm in, that was lap 3, maybe? No, or was that still lap 2? I'm finishing up lap 2, going on lap 3. I don't know. I'm so bad at this. But some of you might be wondering, I know I look 80, and I tell people I look 80, I'm 80, and then I get that, oh, you're pretty good for 80. But I'm really 58. Yeah, I get that same look. What you're thinking right now is, oh my goodness, you're beat. You've been put through the ringer, jumping through airplanes and falling off roofs and getting hit on motorcycles. Yeah, I'm had an adventurous life. I'm still having an adventurous life, even if it's walking here. But anyway, you might be wondering what's up with my choppers, or lack of. Well, had some issues where they ended up doing oral surgery and needing to take out the few that I had left, and then shaving down my jawbone and things. But the good news is that I'm getting implants. Yeah, ooh, I'll be like that model with my pearly whites. I need some of the things, like I was saying, I need to overcome the biggest hurdle in that is I have what they call a gag response, or very high sensitivity. So I have some temporaries that I need to be wearing. But as soon as I try to put them in, I'm like, boop, boop, and out they come. So, but when the dentist, the surgeon mentioned or told me, that response is mostly psychological. It's in my mind. It's in my head. I could grasp that, and if that's the case, I can treat it just like another obstacle that I have to overcome, like what I'm doing here with my getting back in shape and fighting off this fatty liver and hardening arteries, a fused ankle, a broken tailbone, and all this other Pitty Party stuff. So I can overcome that. Now, it doesn't mean that it's easy, and it doesn't mean that I am the super overcome everything guy now all of a sudden. No. It's one of the things that I find walking. Hold on a second, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can do this. I find walking with that and having 2 rods going up through my ankle, my heel bone into my ankle, and doing this walking, trying to keep my balance. Here, check this out. You see my path here? That's how close together I'm walking, so that makes, if it makes more sense, that why my pace is like a 1 mile an hour pace. Slow as a snail, almost. But I'm getting there. Anyway, so I find this easier, trying to keep my balance, learn how to walk on this uneven ground here, because I lost my lateral movement. I can move up and down with my left foot. That's why I need a cane. But anyway, I find that easier to do, even though it's uncomfortable and there's discomfort, than it is for me to try to put the temporaries in and not, puke them up, for lack of a better word. Or gag. Yeah, there's a better word. So I can do that. Then try to do that, and I need to do that. So maybe soon, you'll see me, I'll be doing these talks in there, and I'll have some pearly whites. Arr, arr, arr. Doing that soon. Yes, in fact, I think you will see that soon, because I need to just buck up and just do it. It made me think of something here, and I'll leave you with that. You can tell I am Gen X, and former military. I used to jump out of airplanes and call in artillery rounds. I was a forward observer and things like that. So sometimes that mentality slips out. Like Pitty Party, and call 1-800 my Hertz, and let's see, the smallest violin. Anybody ever still do that? That's the smallest violin in the world, just playing for you. Wah, wah. Playing for me, right? And so that made me think of that was buck up. And I think that's just a guy term in general. It means when you just stop wimping about and become like a buck, more of a macho thing. All right, well, we've been chatting for, it says here, a little over 20 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. I need to work on looking into the camera and talking so that you can see I'm talking with you. Ooh, that looks nice too. I love the sun today. It's burning off all this fog. But anyway, I'm going to take a little thing now and try this from a guy I've been watching, Chad, and what I call the Chad crew. Hey, to y'all, I want to do a special thank you video to each and every one of you. There's about 5 or 6 of the Chad, what I call the Chad crew, guys that have actually been motivating me to. They're also YouTube creators that have been motivating me to do this. So, taking a cue from Chad, so I'll use the word of the day is skill sets. Learn a skill set. So if you can, let's say learn. I will learn. That's a better one. So if you put down in the comments for me, I will learn. And what that actually does, taking the advice from Chad here, is that it first reinforces the word in our minds that we want to see more of, or that we want to be or do. So I will learn shows that, and it motivates us. So if by you putting that in the, taking just a second out and putting that in the comments, I will learn, it helps everybody else that might be, the few people that also might be watching this. And it also helps the algorithm. So they see the engagement and the thing, and so they help push this out to other people that might need this information, and they can also learn from it and start building up their skill sets, and maybe they'll like my channel, and maybe it'll grow, but that's secondary. The more thing is, I would say the first thing is it just gives me a nice way to talk about my feelings, if that's ew. Yeah, we don't do that. For me to just describe what I'm doing, so I have an outlet, if you will. But also on top of that, which I think is probably more important, is if that I can provide something value to you all that are watching this, and you get value from it. That's even better, because then I'm actually helping my community and helping that by maybe motivating. And if I am able to motivate you, that motivates me in turn. So we help each other. Anyway, if you do that, I will learn. Down in the comments, hit the like button if you like, or subscribe if you'd like to. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye.